Flosstube. Welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Welcome back, and if you're new here, this is a YouTube channel about my creative whims. It's about, I design cross stitch, I design punch needle, and I'm an artist. So I share all of my creative endeavors with you. So if you're only interested in cross stitch, then this is probably not the channel for you. However, I do try to keep it interesting and, you know, tell funny stories and things, but hang out with me one time and see if you like it. I have to start out by saying last week I was so like wired, and I don't know if that happens, if that's like normal for everybody, but I did a live video last Saturday showing punch needle, and then right after that Deb and Kev went live. Snug Harbor Crafts, they had their first retreat and they went live, and so I was watching that, and so I was just super excited to be involved in that and see everyone having a good time and stuff. And then I had to film my Flosstube video, and I knew my husband was going to be coming home and we were going up to the hospital, and I just, like, I was super rushed, and I should have just like meditated for 10 minutes before I filmed that one. So if you watched that and you thought, oh my gosh, that woman is wired, I'm not normally that crazy when I do my floss tubes. But so an update on the grandkids. Ellery went home last Tuesday. So she was in there from Thursday to Tuesday. And then she got home, and about 15 minutes later, Easton ended up in the hospital with RSV, but he also had, and he's only 3 months old, and he ended up having a little bit of pneumonia too when they did the culture. So he's still in there, and he is off the oxygen now. Today is Sunday, the 27th of October, and he is going to be going home tomorrow or Tuesday. So it has been ridiculous. Eric and Bree have been at the hospital. A week ago Thursday was when they took Ellery in. So it's just been a nightmare for them, and my heart goes out to them, and I know they're over it. But the kids are okay, that's the main thing, so we're all good there. I wondered if somebody did comment that I have new music. I found this place called Ben Sound, and I think I found it through, I can't remember now. There was another Flosstuber, and I wanted different music. I was using the music that came with iMovie on my Apple computer, so I wanted something that would be different from everyone else's. So anyway, it's called bensound.com. It's free, royalty-free music, but you just have to give them credit in your description box. So I did that, and I like it. It's a nice change, and then I can change it every so often too, especially at the end. But so there you go. My roof is done. The roof on the studio is done. I'm stoked. They're, however, not completely finished. They'll be here tomorrow again because I had to get new gutters. I had to get new, I don't know what all that stuff is called. Anyway, there's still work to be done. And then they'll start on the other side of the studio, which to me, that's the most exciting part. My husband is gone this weekend hunting, which has actually worked out perfectly because I have been painting the angel chair the entire weekend. I started it on Friday. I might have put in 3 or 4 hours on Friday, and then Saturday, and then today. Right now it's got varnish on it drying, so I'm like, oh, I can do a floss tube while it's drying. It's just, anyway, it's turned out amazing and beautiful, and I want to keep it now. So it was a good weekend for him to be gone because I've done nothing but work. And then this coming week, my friend from Tennessee, Kristen, is coming in. So she'll be here Thursday when I have Ellery and Easton. It will be my first time having both of the grandkids at the same time. So that'll be fun. And then we are heading up Friday morning up north to our friend Jill's lake house. And then Vicky's going to join us too. And the 4 of us are going to hang out. Oh, and Stacy, I believe, is going too. So 5 of us. And we're all going to hang out the entire weekend. And we're going to get massages and pedicures. And we have a limo that's going to take us on a wine tour up north. So I can't wait. I need it after this past couple weeks. I need it. Okay. I wanted to do shout outs. And I can't remember who I was going to shout out because I've watched a few new people, but I didn't write their names down. So I'm going to wait and do that next week. My bad. Or just look in the no, I want to talk about them. So I'll wait till next week to do that. I've got plenty to go over. Announcements. I think I might be switching programs for designing my cross stitch because somebody brought something to my attention that my current program does not offer. But when you have, and I want your opinion on this, when you have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 pages for a design, mine, like at the end of the page ends and then the next page 2 starts right where the other one left off. There's no overlapping. It just, one ends, the other one begins. Well, someone said that they prefer it when page 1 ends and page 2 starts. There'll be a highlight over like 2 rows on page 2 showing you that those 2 rows you've already done, but that I don't know. I'm not a stitcher. Secret's out. I'm not a stitcher. So I don't know if that's that big of a deal or not. There was something else I was wondering if, I don't know. I'm going to look at some different programs and just see if there might be a better program out there for me for designing. I added Halloween things to Etsy. I know, it's the week before Halloween, but I put it on there at 40% off because I meant to put it on way earlier, but I just don't want to hold on to it for another year. So I'm really hoping that it sells. And they're prints on wood. So here's an example of a print on wood. This is a Merry Halloween. I have this in cross stitch and punch needle. But this is a reproduction of my original painting. And it's on a piece of 3/4 inch birch plywood. The back is painted, comes with a certificate of authenticity. The sides are painted black. It comes with a zigzag hanger. It is ready to hang. You do not need to frame it, although you can if you want. It has varnish over it, so it's protected. But and somebody mentioned that they thought the print is printed on the wood. It is not. And that's the reason they're, the price that they are is because it's a very, very labor intensive process. I print the print on my large format printer. I cut it to size and then I pretty much decoupage it onto the wood. And then I let that dry. I have to lay it flat with weight on it, let it dry. And then I sand the edges so that the print, that's why it looks like it's printed on the wood, because I sand the edges and it does look like it's either original or printed on the wood. And then I paint the sides black, I paint the back of it black, let that dry, and then I put varnish, a couple coats, 2 or 3 coats of varnish over top to protect it. So, and there's, there's dry times in between all that, so they're labor intensive. Anyway, but they're very nice. They're very nice. That varnish is going to protect the print from fading and everything. So check out my Etsy shop if you're interested in 40% off any of my Halloween prints on wood. And I think I have a couple. Yeah, I have a couple that are framed under glass too. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, well, hold on. I did a live drawing. I did a live video for the drawing for the 3 prizes, and the grand prize was an original painting. I did that last Tuesday, and that was really fun. I don't know if you caught that video, if you were on there live with me, but that was really fun. I like that way of doing drawings. So I don't know if you caught that, but that was really cool. And then last week I was showing my quilt tops. My mom and I made a quilt top, and I didn't know the name of the pattern, and many of you commented and said that is a rail fence pattern. So in case you were wondering, that's what that's called. And then something super exciting that is going to start happening. My friend Kristen from Tennessee, she has a Facebook page called Shabby Perceptions. Kristen is she's so multi-talented. First of all, just the way her home decor is amazing. She has a way of putting vignettes together, and she just redid her house, and it's exactly the kind of stuff I like. It's the, you know, shabby wood and the rustic grungy look, and but it's very farmhouse style. It's gorgeous. She did a beautiful job redoing her house. Well, she is refurbishing furniture. So she's buying antique furniture, and then she is painting it in a super cool way with many layers. I don't know how she does it. It's like magic, because if you see the before and then the after, it's incredible. So I'll have a link to her Facebook page. But her and I are going to start going live on Facebook, and I'm going to try to rig it so that I can have my phone filming for Facebook and then have my laptop filming for YouTube, because that way I can go live on both whatever platforms. But not every Wednesday. I think we're going to start out every other Wednesday. We're going to go live, and it's going to be a split screen. You can watch her paint her furniture, and you can watch me paint a canvas. And it won't be start to finish, obviously, but you know, you can watch the progression each week as we work on these projects together. So I cannot wait to do this. It'll be a cool way to spend time with Kristen, and a fun way for you guys to interact with us as we're working. You can ask questions of, you know, what she's doing or what I'm doing, and making comments. It's going to be a blast. So we're going to start that soon, like after she gets back from her visit here. You know, I said she's coming up next week. When she gets back, probably not that Wednesday, because she's going to get home like late Tuesday, but the following Wednesday. So it'll be like the second weekend of November, or second Wednesday in November, I think is what we're going to shoot for. Anyways, stay tuned for that. That's going to be so much fun. All right, questions and answers. Linda Neal asked, do you have a pattern for that rail fence block quilt that you shared, or that I can share? No, I do not. I don't even know where I got that pattern from, because like I said, my mom and I made those quilt tops probably 7 or 8 years ago. So I'm sorry, I don't have that for you. Barbara Despain, or Despan, it probably is pronounced way more elegant than that. My apologies. She said, any suggestions for a first project for punch needle? I will put links in the description box to some of my more simple patterns in my Etsy shop. So you can click on them and go look at them, and then figure out which one you would like to do. Stitching with the Sisterlies. She said, are the quilts that you and your mom pieced from your fabric line? Yes, they are. The one I did, the Christmas one, was called, oh, this is a funny story too. It's called Wintertime Friends. So the funny part of this is, when I paint something, I number it and then I have to title it. Okay, so I titled that Wintertime Friends, and I had to do a bunch of paintings in order to make this fabric line. Well, instead of writing Wintertime Friends over and over, I just put WTF, Wintertime Friends, right? WTF, WTF. I mean, we're talking, I designed this probably 12 or 15 years ago, the fabric anyway. And so one day, I don't know, I was looking through my stuff, and I saw the abbreviation WTF. And well, you know, WTF means something completely different now. It is not what the blank fabric line, it's Wintertime Friends. So I just thought that was funny. And then my mom's was Americana, and I don't remember the name. I want to say it was Yankee Doodle. I designed Yankee Doodle way early on in my fabric designing career. And it was teddy bears in a teddy bear parade and all that. And I believe that's where that fabric line came from, but I don't know. I did a lot of Americana type lines, so I'm not sure. That was it for questions. Okay, so whims of the past. I'm going to insert a video showing you instead of a sketchbook flip through, it is a catalog flip through from when we had Primitive Folk, and also a catalog flip through that my agent used to have. You know, she used to hand those out. So I'm going to insert that right here. When we were cleaning out the other side of our studio, I found some catalog from our Primitive Folk business. So I wanted to share them with you so that you could see what we sold. This was back in 1994 was when I started that Primitive Folk business. So you can see that the artwork was very, because when I first started, I painted these little 5x5s and little 5x7s. They were original paintings. Okay, so I just guess I'll kind of slowly go, hey, I might be able to, never mind. I digress. So these, and that's why they were such simple designs, because I painted originals and sold the originals to shops. And they came all framed under glass like this. So they were very primitive. And I did that from June of 1994, and then February 1995 is when I came out with the same, it was the same artwork. That was my logo. It was the same artwork, but they were prints. And I actually had to charge more for the prints because I had that extra cost of having the prints printed. And I remember going to Market Square that February of 1995, just shaking in my boots because I was so afraid that the stores would say, are you kidding me? You're charging more. And, you know, last year they were original paintings and now we're getting prints and we have to pay more for them. But when I explained it, every single customer was like, oh yeah, we seen that coming. We knew you couldn't keep up, which was true. I love this guy, Mr. McGregor's Garden. So I just wanted to show this to you. These would be really cute cross stitch. I mean, they're so folksy and so primitive. Little gingerbread guy. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, every page this in detail, but these were the very first, the first of the first. Look at her with the little birdhouse and the little kitty cat. And they may not be showing up real well. This one says Farm Girl. How cute is that? And this was the baskets for sale that had, this was in my longer burger days. I had a lot of longer burger baskets in my art. This one has actually been charted as cross stitch. I love that cat going fishing. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out and I'm going to go through more of the pages of our catalog, but like I said, I'm not going to zoom in. I find it interesting, and I hope you do too, to kind of see where I started with my art career. So this one says new releases, June 1996. So Market Square had 2 shows a year, 19 in February and then again in June. And so I would have new releases in June and in February. So I love, this was my #1 seller. This was a limited edition, signed and numbered, and I only had 1,200 of them. And I actually was the only print I ever did that actually sold out. And I don't even think I have one for myself. But it's just this, all these snowmen, and it says, the weather outside is frightful. To us, it is so delightful. Let it snow. And then I started this angel series. And I had, you know, a Christmas angel, a snow angel. These aren't part of the series. I love this feather tree. And this one says woolen mittens. That was a really good seller for me too. I don't know if you can really see these that well. If you're watching on your TV, you probably can see it pretty good. This was also new releases in June. Herbal Whiskers, that was a really popular one. And then Angel Bear, of course, was popular. Ginger Ann, not so much. Gingerbread Potting Shed, not super popular because it was big. It was a 16 by 16. And then it says January, but we didn't do the show till February. But anyway, so this is out of order. This one is Take the Time to Smell the Roses. It says, this piece of art was very special. You will find a label on the back of the board written in Teresa's handwriting dedicating this piece to her grandmother. My grandma, it was my dad's mom that lived in Missouri, she used to say that to me, you know, take the time and smell the roses, because with my business and the kids and all the things, I was just super busy. This was a huge hit too, and this probably would have sold out. It was limited edition, but it was up to 5,000. So I went from 1,200 to 5,000. I should have kept it at 1,200 to make them more exclusive, but I don't remember how far I got on that. And then this was additions to the Angel series, Teddy Bear Angel and Feathered Angel, which is birds and birdhouses. This was actually, I don't know, these are just not in order. Yeah, I have this all out of order. Page 4, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna back up 2, 3, 4. I just showed you page 5, 5, 6, and 7, and that was completely out of order. So we're on page 2, which this will show you those small 5x5 and 5x7s. And God, there's a couple in here that would be really cute for cross stitch. That one is so cute. It's called Broom Ride, and it's a little sheep and a cat and a teddy bear riding a broom. Just, I don't know, I still think they're adorable. They're so old. And then we did notepads, and those were super popular. Oh my gosh, that was back in the day. And this was, you know, we had full color catalogs, and the reason is because this was before the internet. Like, this is old school. This is before Google. This is before people had online catalogs. We spent a ton of money printing these catalogs. Oh God, this brings, you guys, I feel like crying. This brings back floods and floods of memories. Oh my gosh. I love this one, Bunny Parade, and it's, you know, they've got like a bandage on, and the little guy's got a drum. Angel Over Dresden, Dresden, Ohio, the home of Longaberger baskets. That was a huge, a huge seller for me. And the little town that the angel's flying over is fashioned after some of the stores and shops in Dresden, Ohio. This was the introduction to the Angel series. This was back before I put new releases. I'm not sure what year this was, but the first 4 I released was Garden Angel, Americana Angel, Honeybee Angel, and Autumn Angel. They were very, very popular. Then we went to doing actual books. So here, let me zoom out. This one's called Herbs. And I did these little miniatures. Oh no, those are over here. These little miniatures, these were, I would sell them in sets of 4. And they were 3x5s and 3x3s. They were super small, super cute though. More of the Angel series. We got Basket Angel here. Yarrow Acres, that's kind of cute. This was Mr. Felt. That was another really popular one. Oh my gosh, it's just so fun looking at these. We actually did Christmas cards too. We did square note cards. We did gift enclosure cards. These were like super tiny. They were 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I added more. Oh God, I wish I had some of these notepads left. I love them. I absolutely love them. Here says new releases, January 1997. Oh my gosh, Along the Picket Fence. Those teddy bears, that was a huge, huge seller. Limited 1,500. Bunny Angel, Feline Angel, Americana Heart. I love that. Stitch in Time. That was really a popular one. I love that heart and hand, the friendship. Forget Me Not. Baskets, Bees, Birds, and Me. I love that one too. And then it shows the note cards on the back, which I had those on my Etsy shop not too long ago, but I don't have any envelopes for the cards. I have a lot of cards left, but I don't have envelopes. And I'm not buying envelopes to sell those cards because I was selling them at a super cheap price just to get rid of them. Then, you guys, I actually had a rubber stamp line. Can you believe it? So there's my logo again. And then this just shows you the rubber stamps I had going at the time. Look at this one, the little ladybug, little bee. Happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, these are cute. I should enlarge these and just let you use the images for punch, you know, as freebies for punch needle, or, you know. I love this one, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and it's got a little teddy bear with a feather tree. Aren't they fun? But basically I took these from the paintings and the prints that I had done. All the Longaberger baskets, you can see them all throughout. Angel or Dresden. I love this little Halloween bear. So there you go, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you because when I found this, I sat and looked through it and I just, oh, I have one more thing to show. I mean, I didn't cry, but it was moving. It was very moving to me to see that because it's just such a big part of where I'm at today. You know, that's where I got my start. This was a catalog that my agent would put together every year and hand out to companies when we would go to the Atlanta show. Hand out to, you know, manufacturers and sales representatives showing my artwork. And it was just so different back then, but this was one of my paintings. So it basically is a nice full color spread of, you know, artwork. She was my agent, so she, you know, she represented me, and a lot of this, it was fabric. This whole this was called Blueberry Hill. That was all a fabric line. These images here, this little guy up here, that was part of that. This was also a fabric line. Oh, I can't remember what it was called, but it was all about traveling, and it had the bears, like this one's in Paris, and this one's at Yellowstone. It's got buffalo in it and stuff. This was also a fabric line called Peaceful Kingdom, and it has all the wild animals like getting along. But I know I have some of that fabric left as well. This was a fabric line, a Christmas fabric line. I think it was called Joy to the World. And there's my youthful mug. And then, I mean, there's just so much, you guys. Like I said, I have over 4,000 paintings now, and it's just, it's crazy, to be honest. It's just crazy how much. This is a image. Where did it go? I just saw it. I have an image in here that I want to chart so bad, and it's on my to-do list. I can't find it now. I've got some laundry images, some gardening images. This one I just charted, and it's actually stitched. I'm pretty sure I showed that on Flosstube. Oh, right here. Pride of the Heartland. that's on my to-do list to do that as a cross stitch chart. Obviously, I wouldn't do all the background and stuff. It's got barns in the background, and it's a little patriotic parade. I love it. So I'll be charting that sometime soon. And then I love these farm ones too. And then last but not least, here's another one. Whoops, let me zoom back out here. So as you're looking at this, if you see things you like and say, hey, you should make that a cross stitch, I'm just curious what you'd say. I love this one too, Snow Days. I think that would be really cute charted. Kids making snow angels. Another one that I'm going to chart, and it's probably going to be one like a Haid. It's going to be this one, Christmas Primitives. I just love it because it's got a snowman, a sheep, a teddy bear, an angel, a little Santa figurine, more snowmen, a gingerbread guy, a feather tree, an angel, candles, tin stars. I mean, everything that I love. So there you go. I pretty much went through everything, I think. Yep, that was it. So I hope you enjoyed my little flip through. Instead of a sketchbook flip through, we did a catalog flip through. I can't even say that. Catalog flip through. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It was like reminiscing through total whims of the past. It was fun for me. Previous finishes. Okay, so I don't have cross stitch and punch needle previous finishes in hand. Once the other side of the studio is done and I can get my, because everything that I take to Nashville is packaged up and boxed up over there, and it's sealed very tightly because, you know, I just want to protect it. But once that is all done over there, I will be able to access those boxes more easily and show you more of my past cross stitch and punch needle. But I did find more punched rugs that I have made in the past, so I thought I would share those with you. And I will be doing a punch rug tutorial soon, like very soon. I don't know how soon, but obviously not next week because Kristen's coming into town. Probably not even the following week, because whenever I leave town, I come back and I have all these orders and things I have to catch up on. So hopefully before Christmas, I will have that done, because it really, I know people have been asking me about it. So I have rug patterns, whether you do punch rugs or hooked rugs. I do offer rug patterns, excuse me, on my site. I'm going to have them all on Etsy eventually, but I'm just going to forewarn you that if you order a pattern from me, a rug pattern, it takes me a while to get that done because they're all hand drawn, and where I do that is in my basement and it's not easily accessible. Once I say this all the time, once the other side of the studio is done, but it's true. When that's done over there, I'm going to have an area over there set up for tracing rugs, and it will be a permanent setup. I won't have to, it'll be just easier, and we can get our rug patterns out quicker. So I don't really promote my rug patterns just for the fact that it is very time consuming for me to trace a rug. But if you want to order a rug pattern from me, I'm not going to discourage you. I'm just telling you a heads up that it might take 1 to 2 weeks for me to get it traced and out the door, okay? And I'm sure you recognize that from punch needle. I don't think I've done that in cross stitch. That's bad when you don't remember. I just got a lot on my mind, you know. Oh, I love this one. And this is not in punch needle or cross stitch, but I freaking love it. It's so stinking cute. Little Halloween bear. This was taken from a calendar image from one of my calendars years and years and years ago, but I love him. He would be really cute. Am I still recording? Oh, I am. I'm sorry. My camera made a noise. I thought it quit. So anyway, this would be really cute as punch needle and cross stitch. So I may have to add that to the list. I have like a huge list of ones I want to do. And then Crow House is available as punch needle and cross stitch, but also available as a rug. This one's a bigger one, but I love this one. And I don't use them as rugs because I don't want things to get spilled on them. And I really don't have anywhere to hang them in my house. Once we get our basement remodeled, that's still an ongoing endeavor. I might be able to hang some of these there. And I've done a lot more rugs, but I've sold them. I used to do like craft shows and stuff, and the smaller ones, people love those. So that's whims of the past. No, that's previous finishes. Good Lord, I can't keep up. Oh, whips. Okay, so I'm not a monogamous puncher anymore, y'all. Can you believe it? I have 2 projects going at once. This has never happened before, ever. And I've been doing punch needle for 15 years. So here you go. I can't believe it. But it was kind of fun. It's kind of nice to switch it up. And I'm about done with this one. Actually, this one would have been done today had I not run out of Weeks Dye Works Bright Leaf. I ran out of it, guys, for the border. I need probably 2 or 3 more skeins. I love this so much. I am going to email this to a picture of this to Park Designs. I am going to pray, hope, pray, cross my fingers, cross my toes, that they'll make this into a rug, especially a large rug like for a living room. I love it. So this is going to be called, this is going to come out in January, the pattern for punch needle, and I'm going to name it My Neighborhood. So it's got a little farm and a church in a super cool red house with a sheepy. We all love sheepies. And I love that one with that funky tree and then like a cabin with the smoke coming out of it and another little mustard color house. I love this. And oh, how badly I would love to have this as a huge rug in my living room. So if Park Designs doesn't do it, I may have to make a hook rug or a punch rug of this. It would probably take me years to get it done, but I want it. I want it like yesterday. So anywho, that is my first whip. And then I got to start on a Halloween one, which I probably shouldn't have started this because once Halloween's over, I'm not going to be so crazy about working on this. But anywho, there you go. This is the back side where I work. So you can see it's got little flags up at the top and then it says Halloween down at the bottom. And then that's the finished side. And I love how prim that pumpkin turned out. It's so prim. I love it. So those are my whips. Actually, I have another whip. Okay, so that chair that I painted for the Catholic Charities in Flint, it's called their Chair Itty event, and it's whoever, anybody can paint a chair, or do, I guess you have to paint it, I don't know. You turn this chair in, and in the top, I have to have it there by Monday, which is tomorrow, and the top 15 will be in the live auction, and then all of the other ones will be in a silent auction. So I'm going to insert a video of the whip because it's not finished yet. Next week I will show it finished. Right now my studio stinks to high heaven because I just put the crackle medium on it. So I'm waiting for the crackle to do its magic, and then I have to do the staining, and then Ryan is coming over in about 2.5 hours to help me attach the tin wings to the back of the angel. So I will insert what I have done now. So here is the prayer chair that I made for the auction for the Catholic Charities charity event. It's really shiny right now because I have the crackle on there. Oops. So once the crackle does its magic, I will be putting the stain on, and the stain basically is just going to make the crackles show up better. And then I'm going to put 10 wings coming off the side of the chair. And then I'm going to put some little dots on her. I want to do a little bit more on her halo, but I mean, very minor. So I think her face turned out beautifully. I think she is gorgeous. The dress was a trip. I painted it totally different than what it started as. And then this is the seat. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your request to God. So it's a little prayer chair. And then on the side here, the other side is the same. It's got the heart with the wings. And then, so like I had to paint the dress going all the way down. And then, I don't know if you can see, on the inside I signed it and dated it so that, you know, whoever gets it, maybe they'll hand it down in their family and they'll know exactly what it was all about. And then here's the back of the chair. So again, I had to paint the dress for the back of the chair. And then you can see the back of her head and everything. In a little while, Ryan is coming over and he is going to help me attach the wings on this angel. I probably could do it myself. I don't know, but I gotta have someone to blame if it doesn't turn out. No, I'm kidding. I am so kidding. But you know, guys are just better with power tools than women. At least in my house. So Ryan is coming over, like I said, to help me put these wings on. So this will be, and I got to paint the back of the wings yet too. So where these are showing, this is going to go there, and it will, you know, hide all that. And we're going to screw that into it. That's why I haven't painted them yet, because I want to paint over the screws. Okay. Yeah, you can see that pretty good. So you can see that the angel wing, see how it comes off the side there? Oh God, I love it. I don't want to give this away. I want to keep it. So yeah, and then there'll be one on the other side too. So there you go. Do you love it, guys? I want to keep it. The lady that asked me to paint the chair, her husband made the chair. So I'm going to ask her husband if he could make at least one more. I want 2 more because I want to make one for Bree and Eric for their house, and then I want to make one for our house. I should have him make 4 because then when Ryan and Kyle, when they get married, they can have one at their houses for their kids. The thought of painting 4 more of those makes me want to throw up right now. It was intense. It took me a lot of hours, but the way it turned out, I really love it, and I hate to see it go now, but it is what it is, right? All right. FFOs. Oh wait, I have another finish. Or no, that was a whip. Oh my gosh, where am I in this whole thing, you guys? I have a finish. Shannon Barber. She finished the angel, in command angel, that will not be released until March because I think the angels deserve to be released at market. Just saying. She did a fabulous job on this. I couldn't be more happy. Her stitching is gorgeous. I wish it was on the right fabric, but that was not her fault. Let me get up there where you can see, because you got to see this up close. It is just, look at the hair. Look at the wings. Look at her face. I'm so pleased with this. I love the dress. I love how the flowers on that side are more distinct and they just kind of trail off into this little mess. The only thing I can see that I wish I would have done differently is, see how I've got a little shadow over here, shadowing around her chin area. I wish I'd have done a little bit of shadowing right in here where her dress meets her chest. But other than that, I mean, I love it. And she did such a gorgeous job, and she stitched this, like, I can't believe how fast she got it done. I mean, whoops, I'm dropping it. So thank you, Shannon. I mean, are you kidding me, girl? Are you kidding me? I love it so much. It's beautiful. Oh, so that's my finish. It's not my finish, it's Shannon's finish. Okay, we're on to haul. I have had this little wax, beeswax, primitive looking thing. It's got like an angel at the top. It's maybe this big, about that big. It's got like a little primitive angel at the top, and then it's got the alphabet. And I've had this forever. I don't remember where I got it. I don't know if it was at a store, a craft show. I have no idea. But I love it. And I somehow found this lady on Etsy, Melissa. Her business is Farm Field Primitives. And she makes those doggone beeswax primitive thingy-majobs, and I love them. You can use them as ornaments. The one I have, it doesn't have like a wire or anything. It just sets on a shelf, and I love it. I love it so much. Well, I found her on Etsy, and so I placed a huge order with her. And I'm not going to show you everything I bought because I kind of went a little haywire. I kind of lost my mind for a minute, and I ordered a lot, but I'm not going to show you everything because I don't want to take your time up. I'm trying to find a white piece of paper that I can hold them against so you can see them good. Oh, first I want to read to you what these are. It says, the art of molding and carving wax into holiday figures is an old German tradition practiced for generations. German bakers first used hand-carved springerly molds to create beautiful beeswax ornaments. And she says, in my shop, Farm Field Primitives, I continue this tradition by offering a large number of beeswax ornaments and figures. I have many seasonal as well as everyday offerings which feature the wonderful scent of cinnamon. I dust each ornament lightly with a very fragrant cinnamon. These pieces will bring charm to your home. And then she goes on, but I don't need to go on. So I'm going to show you a few of my, I mean, they're all my favorites. I love all of them, but like I said, I don't want to waste your time too much showing you all the things. But look. Is that not the coolest thing? I mean, if you don't like primitive, you're probably going to think that's scary. But if you like primitive, you are going to love her work. I'll have a link below to her Etsy shop. So that one, the last one I showed you, and then this one has a wire hanger, so these can be used as ornaments. Look at that Santa. Okay, check this guy out. This is not an ornament because there's no way to hang it. Look at this sheep. Are you kidding me? Look at that sheep. Look at the detail. Oh my gosh, him standing on a shelf, heck yeah. Oh, and I'm smelling the cinnamon now that I've got them out and moving them around, which is kind of masking that nasty varnish smell. Okay, so for the giveaway this week, I've got 2 packets of these bees, and I'm going to give away, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 bees in each packet. I'm keeping a packet for myself and I'm giving 1 away. Come on, focus. But I don't know if you can, if this is coming in very clear, but you can like see the hairs on that bee. It's so detailed. And they got little hooks on them, and you can hang them on a little feather tree. Woo! I almost fell over, y'all. You can hang them on a little feather tree or something. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. All right, so that's my giveaway this week. Her work's amazing. I love it. I can't say enough about it. And she was so sweet and messaged me and made sure I got it and everything. This is very cool. All right, more haul. I want to show you what I got from Dames of the Needle. So to me, the top places to get your finishing, I mean, it's really the only two places I'm aware of, but both of them have amazing, amazing products, is Lady Dot Creates, I've mentioned her before, and Dames, okay, so that's Lois, and then Elizabeth is Dames of the Needle. And I placed an order with her. She was at Galleria, so it took a little bit to get my order, which was absolutely fine. So this one is mini pom-pom. I get 1 yard. It's called Scorched Linen. And it, I mean, it almost looks orangish, like you could possibly use that for Halloween. I love it. This one is definitely orange. This is mini pom-pom canned pumpkin. So I'll show them together so you can see. But yeah, this is the canned pumpkin. Oh my gosh, they're so grungy and I love the color. This one is grungy. It's just called grungy. I love it. And then we have Red Velvet Cake. This one is Colonial Tea. This one, I've been dying to get a black. This is Noir. Hello. Focus. Well, anyway, it's pom-poms and it's black. Then I bought some of her linen. I've never tried her linen before. So this is 36 count Americana Froth. You know what? I have this light on, which I normally don't when I'm doing a video, and I think it yellows things. I don't know if you can see that very well. But it's a nice, it'd be nice for a sampler. It's just kind of a tan. It's pretty. It's really pretty. And then I got Aged Saffron. This reminds me of Weeks Dye Works Straw. It's that tannish color, but it's got a little more modeling in it than Weeks, which I love. That is 32 count Aged Saffron. And then my favorite one, oh my gosh, Witch's Brew. This is 32 count. You guys, look at how, what? Look how primitive. You know what that reminds me of? Is like an egg. You know, those spotted eggs. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna have stitched on that, but isn't that crazy cool? I mean, it's gotta be a Halloween. It's gonna have to be Halloween, but it's just cool. So thank you. Thank you for my order. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, moving along. Okay, weekly whims, guys. I love grilled cheese, but I don't want just your average grilled cheese. First of all, let me tell you my favorite way to make a grilled cheese. Get beef steak rye bread. It's thin. I don't like a lot of bread. I don't want no like that thick of bread for my sandwich. It's nice and thin and it crisps up really good. I don't butter mine and cook it. I use oil, and I don't use olive oil because you're not supposed to use that on high heat. I use avocado oil and I put it in there, and I like to try different things. So even just ham and American cheese with that is amazing. But I did Havarti with dill and then put ham in there. That's really good. Or do ham, American cheese, and then put, what do you call it? Ah, I lost it. Oh my gosh, what the? I can't think of the name of it. It's got like basil and all that with olive oil in it. And you put it on sandwiches as a spread. I can't think of the name of it. I'll insert it here because it will come to me. But it just adds tons of flavor. But anyways, next time you make your grilled cheese, try some different cheeses. Add some meat in there. But I'm telling you, the way I do it, the bread is so crunchy. I just love crunchy. Ginger tea. Okay, I have a video. I'm going to insert a link below that you can watch on how to make your own ginger tea. Ginger is so good for you. And I'm going to have another link where somebody talks about how good for you it is. But it really aids in digestion. Like if you're nauseous or something like that, have some ginger tea. It's antioxidant. It's anti-inflammatory. Anywho, you can make your own or you can buy it. I love this ginger tea. This is, I get it at Kroger, and it's Simple Truth Organic, and I think Simple Truth is only available through Kroger, but you'll be able to find ginger tea. That's not the only company that makes it, I'm sure. And then Ken Burns. Okay, he's an executive producer, and he does amazing documentaries. And about, I don't know, probably 3 weeks ago or so on PBS, my husband was watching the country music one, and I didn't know he was watching it, and I don't know, I happened to be up there at the house when he was watching one of them. I was mesmerized, and it went through like the beginning of country music kind of, and just kind of went through all the different stars and just highlighted a country music artist, you know, for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then went to the next one, and the way he tied it all together, how one artist led into another and how it changed country music along the way and stuff. It was amazing. But Ken Burns, if you watch any documentaries by him, you will love it because he's so thorough and the way he tells the story is amazing. I'm waiting for the country music one to be released on Netflix or what have you, because I want to watch it from beginning to end, because I only caught maybe the last 3 or 4 weeks of it, but it was a big series and I missed most of it. But I on Prime Video, if you're a Prime member on Amazon, you can get video. And I've been watching American Lives, and that was so good. I watched one yesterday when I was doing some punch needle in the morning, and it was about Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth, I don't know if it's Katie or Katie, I think it's Katie Stanton. And they were talking about, you know, how they fought for women's right to vote, and they did such gutsy, brave, amazing work to get women's right to vote. And not just the right to vote, but oh my gosh, I was blown away at the fact that, you know, in the, was this the no, it wasn't the 1800s. Okay, I'm so bad with dates. I'll insert the date here. But that, like, a woman had basically no rights. Like, if her husband died, she didn't get to keep the property. If her husband left her, he got to keep the kids. She had no rights. She couldn't go to court and fight for the rights to see her kids. If her man left her, she had nothing, absolutely nothing. And so these two women fought and fought and fought for women's rights. So it was fascinating. So if you get a chance to watch it, and it might be on Netflix, and it may be available on Hulu, I don't know, but I was watching it on Amazon Prime Video. So check it out if you can. And he has a ton. He's done, you know, Ken Burns has documented the Vietnam War, the West, which is about the Native Americans, and just fascinating. Absolutely incredible work that he does. Okay, my last weekly whim is Brussels sprouts. And don't you dare wrinkle your nose at me, because if you make them right, they're fantastic. They're so delish. I love them so much. My husband's not a big fan, but he will eat them now because of the way I cook them. I will put a recipe below on how to cook them. It's very simple, but they're roasted. Basically, I roast them with avocado oil, and then when they're cooked, I smash them and sprinkle balsamic vinegar on them. I don't even have to put the recipe down there because it's this easy. Salt, pepper, balsamic vinegar, and cook them until that balsamic vinegar kind of caramelizes on them. Y'all, I almost ate the whole bag. It was a lot of them in there, and I mean, I maybe had a handful of them the next morning, and I ate them cold the next morning. That's how much I love them. And I think I'm gonna make a whole bunch of them to take up north for our girls' weekend, because I'll just reheat those suckers and eat them as a snack. I love them so much. All right, that's it. I'm back. I forgot about another weekly whim. On my Instagram, I posted a picture of a
My name's Trevor, I'm a bartender here, and today we're going to show you how to make the pumpkin pie martini. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our martini glass and add a little ice because we want this glass to be nice and chilled. We'll set that off to the side for now. To make the drink, we're going to take our shaker and fill it all the way up with ice, and we're going to take 3 tablespoons of this pumpkin pie puree. Now you can get this in your local grocery store in the baking aisle, and it works perfectly for this drink. Next, we're going to take the Smirnoff vanilla vodka and add 2 parts. And then the rum chata and add 1 part of that. To finish it off, we're going to take this cinnamon and nutmeg mixture and just sprinkle a little bit on top. That'll add a nice little spice to it. And then we're going to take our shaker, get a nice seal, and give it a good shake. Then we're going to take our martini glass, well chilled, and we're going to rim it with some crushed up graham crackers and a little bit of sugar for that extra sweetness. And we're going to pour the drink in the glass. It's got a nice froth thanks to that rum chata. And just to top it off, a little bit more of that cinnamon and nutmeg mixture. And there it is, the pumpkin pie martini. Enjoy.
I'm going to insert the winner for last week's giveaway. And it was a fat quarter of that ghost fabric of mine that I designed years and years and years ago. And the question was, list at least 5 things, but up to 10 things that make you uniquely you. And I am so glad I asked that question, because I loved reading about y'all and getting to know you better. I loved it. It was so nice to do that. So thank you. And I will insert the YouTube random comment picker here. Let's see who wins the giveaway this week. The winner is Stitching with the Sisterlies. She said the Lincoln on your wall. Love, 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 love. Heart, heart, heart. Are the quilts you and your mom pieced from your fabric line? Yes, ma'am. She said, "Aw, Willie Estate, too cute, Teresa. Your fabric, heart, heart, heart. Number 1, I'm a mother of 8. Grandmoo of 13 and great-grandmoo of 7. Somewhere around those numbers. Number 2, I suck at math. Me too, honey. Number 3, quilter, crocheter, cross-stitcher, all the crafting things. Number 4, retired internet compliance manager, focusing on child exploitation investigations. Wow. Wow, that's intense. Number 5, annoying middle sister. Okay, so I know this is Colleen. Number 6, widowed. Number 7, floss tuber. Number 8, go for it and own it, personality, and number 9, sarcastic, and number 10, mommy of Lincoln Doggy. Oh, I just love you. I love you, Colleen. I love your sister, Cheryl. I love you guys' Flosstube. And that was a very sweet, sweet list of 9. Oh, I'm sure there was 10 there. You just have to think a little harder. Thanks for playing. Please email me your mailing address. Look at the screen right now. Here's my email address. Please email me your address and I will get that right out to you. Okay, so this week's giveaway, I showed you those little bees. Oh my gosh, they're so stinking cute. And then this week's question is, have you started your Christmas shopping yet? We're only, what, 2 months away? I have a friend that usually has all her shopping done by Halloween. Like she is amazing. She has them all wrapped by Thanksgiving. She's so far ahead of the game every single year. It amazes me. I haven't started mine, in case you're wondering, but I'm curious if you've started yours. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, but you celebrate Hanukkah, isn't there gifts for Hanukkah too? So have you gotten that done? I'm just curious. And I want to just put that bug in your ear, guys, too, because, you know, it's coming up quick. Okay. There's no Chinese fortune teller this week. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me, and I plan on doing some more live videos, and I thank you so much for your comments, and I thank you so much for your likes and your shares, and I just appreciate being a part of this community, and thank you for your support. We'll see you next time. Bye.